Hello, hello. Another stream with myself, Seth, and we're working on getting Max in the room. But college kids, they got a life to live. They can't always join us old guys on stream, just ripping best ball teams all the time. So, how you doing today, Seth?
Doing good. Once you get Max on, it'll be your little Rickery. Your kiddos, pretty much.
Dude, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 22, so I'm pretty much the same age as Max.
Oh shit, man! Now you guys make me feel old. I'm just fucking around. Yeah, today we are going to jump in a Draftkings Millie draft. We're going to talk about the opening ADPs. I have ranks loaded from a provider. I can just go ahead and say that's ETR in there. But it's not necessarily I'll be following the ranks, but I just like to kind of see them because they're really raw projections right now, and these are going to change a lot as ADP settles in and as we get more information throughout the summer. But they give you kind of a good idea of where they see teardrops, and often I agree with a lot of those ranks. I also kind of during the season I'll mix in spike week ranks when we kind of hammer them out. But let's jump in. We'll see if Max joins us in a little bit, but we're going to jump into a $25 Millie draft, $3 million to first, which is pretty cool.
They just wanted to one up underdog, and they did it by $1 million, and then $2 million to second. So that's pretty wild. Pretty wild stakes.
I mean, absolutely. I think underdog, as they kind of focus a little bit more on prediction markets and they try to become what DraftKings is. DraftKings is like, oh yeah, this won't even show up in our earnings report if it overlays. So go ahead. Let's just make it bigger. I do think DraftKings is probably the place to play this summer. I mean, just $3 million up top will convince me of that, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you've obviously got the people at the tippity top that are going to be maxing everything on either site, and then probably drafters as well, and then probably FFPC as well. But then there are some of those, DraftKings faithful. They don't seem as faithful as the underdog faithful. They're just going to be people that are going to draft on underdog because they really like the UI and all that stuff. I personally don't really like the way that DraftKings is set up as far as drafting and all that stuff. I feel like they could update it quite a bit to make it just way more user friendly. But I don't know. DraftKings, they've got all the money at the top, so it doesn't really matter. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, people will play, man. Degens are gonna still degen, right? So,
yep.
Let's take a quick look. So in round one, first and second advance. In round two, it is 1 out of 12. In round three, it's again 1 out of 12. And then round four is the big one. It's like 1,089. So what's really important for this tournament is in week 17, if you min cash, you're not even getting your money back. You basically have to place top 400. So this tournament is so top heavy because of these big prizes, 3 mil, 2 mil, 1 mil, that it really does flex the week 17 is all that matters narrative to kind of another level.
So, yeah, this isn't one of those bankroll tournaments to, you max enter and you're just looking to, create a bankroll for the next couple of years. Like, this is one of those you're going to be, rich and then, you can do whatever you want after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lotto style tournament. You need some amount of luck to win this, but, we just keep stacking micro edges on top of micro edges. And obviously some of those edges on opening day are that the ADPs are going to be stale, at least today. I haven't seen any website kind of update them intraday and probably for some time into tomorrow. And so if you have rankings, you can take advantage of that. But a lot of people that will be drafting tonight will have these rankings. So how do you really take advantage of it better? Well, they're just looking to get CLV, right? Problem is you can't bring CLV to your banker and be like, pay me money. if you're going to get closing line value, you want to make sure that closing line value. Oh, look at that. The Influencer 101. That closing line value is actually going to end up turning a profit for you. Woo, look at that. We got the ETR solver up and ready.
There you go.
With some gas right now.
Okay, so 101. Are you taking Bijan or are you going Gibbs?
Give me 1 second. I want to see if my rankings are in here. Pre-draft rankings. NFL best ball. CSV upload. I'm going to toss these guys in here. Yeah, so funnily enough, ETR actually has Puka number 1 overall. And like these are just raw projections, right? So Puka was actually a very sneaky winner of the draft because they drafted, I think, some tight ends. Let's take a quick look at Rams.
Yeah, they drafted a tight end.
They have 6 tight ends on the roster right now, I think.
Yeah. 6.
Which is wild. Max Clare in the 2nd round. So, I mean, they're just leaning into that 2 wide receiver personnel, possibly 1 wide receiver on the field personnel. And they also have a better, like, listen, I don't like Ty Simpson, but he's better than Stetson Bennett, the 4th or whatever it is. So I understand why they have him 1. Just because this is the Millie, I think I might want to balance my exposure. So what do you think, Chosen? What should we do?
I really am a big fan of Gibbs. I just think that he's a smash. And I think that it's very likely, especially with them not taking anyone in the draft, which I think some people were thinking that they would take someone in the draft, that Gibbs will replace Bijan Robinson for the 101. But it really just depends on what you think. I would probably have about a 4% exposure blanket to Bijan, but I'm not going to be super overweight him if he's the 101 for the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't add anybody. It's just Isaiah Pacheco and Jahmyr Gibbs and Sion Baki. It's pretty bare over there in Detroit. So the other thing is, I don't believe the Lions added any pass catchers of note. Let me double check that. No, they went Blake Miller, offensive tackle, to replace Taylor Decker. They didn't get a wide receiver until the 5th round in Kendrick Law, who projects more of a special teams player and a punt returner. So it was really defense, 1 wide receiver, and 1 offensive tackle for the Lions. So it's really going to be what we saw last year is going to be what we see this year. We want a little bit more consistency out of Jahmyr Gibbs, but I think we're going to get that with no David Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean, David Montgomery took like 40% of the work, and then he was getting a decent amount of goal line as well, which is not going to be happening for Pacheco. Like, he just is not going to be anywhere near the goal line, and probably is going to not be getting anywhere close to 40% of the touches. So, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs on a better offense, just all around. They're going to have more opportunities at the goal line. I don't understand why Jahmyr Gibbs is the 102. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. So let's take a quick look at the draft board. We're through 1 round. Kind of went chalk. Gibbs, Robinson, Chase, Puka.
Taylor at 10.
So ETR has Taylor a little bit nuked.
Oh, really?
I don't know particularly why.
For PPR. Probably for PPR.
Well, Max would, basically stand against this, but let's take a look. I mean, they drafted Deion Burks and Seth McGowan, but
Seth McGowan, I believe, is a good 3rd down back. He should be able to catch passes and is decent in pass blocking, if I remember correctly on his player profile.
Their first offensive pick was in round 4, Jalen Farmer, an offensive guard out of Kentucky. And, he's not particularly good in the run game or the pass game. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going to go with Jalen Farmer. I think they're going Yeah, I think it might be for structural reasons because, what I talked about with the league, and we saw this when Howie Roseman picked a tight end. I think 5 or 6 more tight ends went off the board immediately. More teams this year will shift towards 12 personnel to combat that too high defense that defensive coordinators are playing to limit the explosives. I wrote an article on this 2 years ago. It's like, if you get killed by 1,000 paper cuts running the ball, you're probably not going to get fired as an offensive coordinator. But if you let Zach Wilson pass a game-winning drive on you and get explosives to end the game, you're probably getting fired. So it's them saving their bum.
Yeah, and I mean it's just so much more boring to play death by a thousand cuts. Like if you're playing Madden, right? Even if you've gotten a crap ton of yards every time that you've run, there's just something that's inside of you that makes you want to throw the ball at some point because that's just more fun. And so I wonder, and I would assume that there's some level of that, although I'm sure at the tippity top of professionals, they're pretty much just analytics driven and what makes sense, and they don't. But there's still some feel to it. Anyway, we're on the clock.
Probably go Bowers here for one of the 2 picks.
Really, you like a elite tight end this year?
I like them in the tournament format, and Bowers definitely improved throughout the draft. It's mostly just I'm kind of taking what the board gives me to start, but I'd probably want to go wide receiver after that. I'm in between Nico Collins and Olave, but I could be convinced to go with A.J. Brown. Who do you like?
So I think Nico Collins has the highest upside. A.J. Brown and Olave are going to be pretty high floors. I also really like Love, but if you want to go Nico Collins, I think that's a great pick, especially at ADP.
Yeah, how do I have exposure already? I don't have any drafts done yet. Gotta go sync my exposures page. I think these are my pre-draft exposures right here.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
What do you think about Jeremiah Love falling so far, just in rankings?
He's at the 3-2 here. He's fine in these weekly tournament formats because he can nuke in any week. The problem is with that selection of Carson Beck in the 3rd round and the Jacoby Brissett contract issue, Carson Beck is almost assuredly going to be making starts this year, and he could be making a lot of starts. And I don't know how much Carson Beck you watched in college, but it was not good. It's like if you thought Quinn Ewers was bad, well, hold my beer, buddy. Here's Carson Beck.
Yeah, I mean, they're making a bunch of jokes about, I can't even remember, but he's got like the crazy eyes, like they're popping out of his head. Oh, we got Max.
What's up? Sorry.
He's looking rather dapper too.
Oh, thank you.
Where were you, Max? Just came out of TAing?
No. I just was at dinner, and then I was planning on going on this in my room, but my roommate had his guitar in the room. He wasn't there, but I don't know. I'll chance it. So I moved.
All good. I got to get myself a ring light because when the natural light goes down, it looks really dark. But Pete said he'd set us up with lighting after if we won the contest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to invest on it too much. You'd lose some expected value right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Let's see if I can manufacture lighting somehow in my room. Is that better? I don't really know.
I don't know.
I'm staring into a bright light now.
You're going to get even more racist comments if you don't fix this lighting. I'm just kidding.
I didn't get any racist comments yet, but it'd be hilarious if these guys come at me. It's just like, oh, yeah, you're a loser. You're a nerd. Like, you only care because you got retweeted by Pete. And I'm just like, dude, what are you guys trying to do here? Like, you're trying to be the gatekeepers to make sure nobody else gets into this contest for the people that have been touting already? Come on. It's about the best talent.
So you think you can tout after having a super big fan base and whatever? That's not the contest.
It's like, oh, great. You got a lot of fans. You've been doing this for 2 or 3 years, and you still didn't make it or get jobs to go on a bigger site. And you think you can tout? There's arguments that cut both ways, right? And I think this competition will do a really good job of eliciting who has the combination of talent and entertainment to really make it in the industry if they have that launching off point of Pete Overzet's exposure. So back to the draft, Max. As you can see, we started with the Influencer 101. We went Jahmyr Gibbs and Brock Bowers, followed by Nico Collins. So rainbow start for us.
Max approved.
Look at all that green on the board, man. Did they forget this was DraftKings?
Yeah, that is.
You never know. Judkins could get better at catching this year, but that seems a little high. Both Scatabo and Judkins.
Well, this is why I love DraftKings, because you never know what you're going to get. It's like a bag of chocolates.
Yeah, get some gifts.
What do you guys think about Scatabo, however you want to pronounce it, and them not getting Jeremiah Love like a lot of people? I feel like we're worried about him. Should he go up, or?
I think that price is fine. There's a lot of uncertainty with the injury, and then I'm not really a big fan of Matt Nagy, so I'm fine with him in the 4th round, but it's not like a screaming value in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that's not his current ADP. They pushed him up crazy. He's like ADP at about I don't know, 50. So he's a 5th round guy.
Oh, okay. That's not. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad.
Well, he went pretty early in this draft. Scatabo and
Yeah.
Judkins went in the mid-4th.
Yeah,
We're back on the
that's
clock.
not the
We got a lot of
most.
good options. Who are we looking at here? I'm going to start Waddle because I'm a Broncos fan. Is there anything else that sticks out to you guys here?
I feel like Adams was a winner from the draft. They didn't really get anybody. I think Adams is a really good pick, but if you like Waddle here, or you can go both at the same time, like I don't know. What do you think, Max?
I'll put Adams in the
I'm
hopper.
good with Waddle and Adams would be my picks.
Yeah, I know you like Waddle, Max. So
Yeah, and then drafting Max Clare in the 3rd round, just doubling down on the heavy personnel stuff, and Adams is just the guy out there. So
yeah, we talked about that before you got in. How teams are likely shipping more 12 personnel. I mean, talk about like Madden creative players. Like have these tight ends, like the Jaguars tight end Borkature. It's like, dude, I think he played 4 minutes. There was some comment on the legendary Upside stream earlier that he played like the equivalent of 4 minutes of field time last year or something crazy.
Yeah, I had quite the reaction to the Texans Merlin Klein pick, but at least it makes the Nico outlook a little more bullish.
Yeah, it's just like, I know this draft was bad, but like, did we really have to draft all the tight ends that would have gone as UDFAs anyway?
I know, it feels unserious.
So what's interesting about the 101 pick is you completely missed that 60s range where I think a lot of these undervalued quarterbacks are. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Jalen Hurts. I think ETR has him ranked a little bit lower. That's why he's a little bit lower, sort by ADP here. But I spoke about in my little 10-minute kind of prep video, the shift to 18 rounds is significant. And that now that we know landing spots, there are things that we can take advantage of. And I think most people are just like, oh, yay, CLV on Jadarian Price, right? It's like, are we sure Jadarian Price is going to pay off a 55th overall pick on DraftKings?
Yeah, it's thin for sure.
It's like he's a rookie. Emmanuel Wilson's back there. Kenny McIntosh in the passing downs, and Zach Charbonnet is going to come back later in the season. We don't know when, but like Jadarian Price is a clapper, man. Everybody that cited his tape says he's a clapper, and he can catch screen balls, but that's about it. So, first of all, on DraftKings, he's expected to settle around 55. Why would you draft him around 55? Then again, this is a guy that drafted Judkins at 42 and Abuka at 31. So
yeah, expected.
I'm just making fun of him now. Oh, look at that. Terry Daniels at the 5-6 turn. That's a nice little start for the 11 hole. Zay Flowers here, 43-54.
Yeah, that's nice too.
We don't have a terrible room. But yeah, how are you guys feeling? The contest should I think people should be chosen either tonight or tomorrow. I want to say probably tomorrow, Wednesday, because the video of Pat Mayo reviewing the contestants should be out by tomorrow, from what Pete said on the stream today.
Oh, sweet! I'm excited.
Yeah, it's like sandwiched in here. We had opening day, so I just wanted to like knock out the drafts today, so I didn't really have to worry about them tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, it should be super exciting to see what happens. I hope that I get in. We'll see.
Well, another thing that somebody said on stream today on one of Pete's streams is that, or actually no, maybe this was on the Tout House stream with Mitch and C Money Mitz. He basically said like he expects there to be another season of this show.
Yeah,
which I fully agree with. You just think about it, he expected 50 applications and he got 135. So that's just an easy, like, there should be another season.
Agreed.
So if you don't get it this year, feel free to apply again.
I don't know how many, the amount of the volume of applications makes it feel so selective now.
Yeah. So interesting spot here. If Drake May falls to us, I mean, I don't mind taking a naked quarterback in round 7, and then we could always slap on Ramondre Stevenson with Drake May.
I'm good with that.
Go with Chuba Hubbard.
I don't want to pick Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. I like the Brooks idea. Like later on, I would prefer him over Chuba Hubbard at his ADP. Drake May seems fine, or Marvin Harrison Jr.
Slap on the Drake May with Ramondre Stevenson here and just call it a
I like
stack.
that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, why do you guys dislike Chuba so much in favor of Jonathan Brooks?
His price is super way better than Chuba, and we've already seen that Chuba can kind of lose his job to Rico Dowdle. So I don't know. Maybe Chuba comes back, takes over the backfield. But I don't think that he's getting much more than a 50-50 split at the best. I don't know what you think, Max, but
yeah, I don't know. I also think the upside path is kind of thin for Chuba in full PVR, not catching passes, and just the Canales history of consolidating a lot of touches to one running back. If he doesn't really have the receiving element in his game, I just feel more confident about Brooks being able to consolidate the touches than Chuba does because he's like a 2-down player.
Yeah. My thought is Chuba had a calf injury last year, and there were reports, he himself admitted that he came back too early from the calf injury. And so calves are notoriously kind of fickle. And so I'm giving him a pass because of how good he was the year before. And Jonathan Brooks isn't exactly a clean injury slate either, right? We're talking about ACL followed by ACL, I think.
Yeah, 4 career carries or something. Not the most inspiring production profile.
He hasn't exactly been able to practice with the team a ton. I think he's a fine pick at his price. I just think the whole backfield is underrated.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly it probably wouldn't necessarily be the worst process either to get both of them on a team every now and then just to lock it up because that value, whoever you have, could definitely win you a bunch of money. But I don't know. I probably would be in favor of having 30% to 70% of Chuba and Brooks. Like of the times that I'm picking them, I probably want to have about 2 times more Brooks than I do Chuba. But
let's see if I can turn on some lights in here. Get some.
I pick a Panthers running back in a little over 30% of drafts, but the split on Chuba to Brooks is not 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, Brooks is basically free going in the 140s. So maybe we look for him later in this draft because I do like the Panthers as a sneaky team. They have just enough stink from Bryce Young to keep their prices depressed. But, I mean, when pushed, that team went toe-to-toe with the Rams.
And Bryce Young could just be better this year. I mean, he's shown flashes of being decent. He's shown flashes of being terrible. But if he's just decent, then that's a huge win for the.
And I think one of the remaining edges in the market is like when a team has stink on it, all their players kind of get devalued in one go. Ooh. Well, I like Bo Nix more than I like Stafford here, but we could just go 3 QB really quick and close it out. But is there anybody else that we want to grab here?
Is DK still a 20 rounds or is it 18?
DK is 20 rounds.
Yeah. I don't mind the double tapping QB. It's a lot of.
If we look at it, QB's been kind of sparse here. So I'm going to try to fire off a QB run here. Let's see if it works on DraftKings. Double tap.
Yeah, nice.
And I do like going 3 QBs for the tournament structure, where it's basically like you have to hit 1 out of 12, 1 out of 12. And then especially in the final week, it's 1 out of, I mean, not 1, but like technically you're looking for one of the $1 million prizes. It's 3 out of 1,029 or something like that. So you really need a top end outcome. So stacking is quite important. Same team stacking.
Yeah. Is Romeo Dobbs still available? I know where he goes on Underdog, but I'm not sure where he goes here.
So funny enough, ETR actually nuked Romeo Dobbs in the ranks.
Yeah.
Based on
he's going to be wide receiver 2 on the Patriots, and you've got AJ Brown that's going to be taking a bunch of the heat for him. So either you have the outcomes of being the second wide receiver on a pretty solid team, or you somehow AJ Brown doesn't get traded there and you're the wide receiver 1. Like I don't understand why they would be nuking him. That doesn't make any sense.
So Romeo Dobbs peaked at around 90 ADP in the pre-draft process, and since then he's been falling down to 101. ETR has him at 152. I gotta think leg up because they love Drake May has him a little bit higher than that. But I think he's going to be a follower. Obviously, if he's available there at 120, we're going to take him from a 20 dip, 20 pick real-time ADP dip. But I think these are just raw projections to start, and like based on upside and things like that you want, right? So I don't think they're going to stick for a long time, but it's really interesting to see like the first run of projections and how they project out onto like ranks in best ball. Like you can see Mike Clay's projections and see things, but then what the solver and what legendary upside does is they account for the range of outcomes too. So they'll often say like, hey, you don't need another guy that's going to score, 12 PPR points a week. You need a guy that 2 or 3 weeks out of the season, he's going to pop for a big number like Quentin Johnston. And some of that you have to do yourself, but some of that, the solver can do for you.
Is already thinking about for you.
That Romeo Dobbs ranking is aggressive for sure. I don't know if I could be at 150.
Yeah, he just went at 106, so it saves us the thought experiment.
There you go.
Michael Pittman Jr. Like, there's some ranking outliers here. Michael Pittman Jr. is at 79. I know they're going to capitulate on that later and move that down later because of Jeremy Bernard that got drafted.
I mean, I still think that Pittman is probably going to be the wide receiver 1B. Like, it's not going to be very noticeable, him or DK as far as targets. I think they're going to be very, very similar. But it just really depends if Aaron Rodgers is there or not. If Aaron Rodgers is not there, then I don't really care what ADP they are. I probably am not going to be taking a Steeler.
Yeah, I mean, what Matt Harmon said is like the areas of the field that Aaron Rodgers likes to throw to is the exact areas of the field that Michael Pittman Jr. runs his routes in. So it's like he is Aaron Rodgers' binky. And when Aaron Rodgers is under pressure, doesn't want to get sacked, which is all the time, he's just going to check it down like sidearm over to Michael Pittman.
The Gainwell targets,
I just think in PPR formats he's going to be great, but in underdog, I wonder a little bit more about him.
I mean, I wouldn't be too worried on underdog. He's about ADP of what 80, 90, something like that. I feel like he's very, very cheap for where he's going, and he could truly be the wide receiver 20 on the year, which is a crazy value for him right there. I'm not sure what that is, but I feel like he's probably being valued at like the wide receiver 30 or something.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're coming back on the clock here. I think we probably want to grab a running back, Kenneth Gainwell, if he's here. I don't really believe in Kenny Gainwell, but like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I push a running back here or no? And the other guy that's showing up is Aaron Jones. That's a guy who benefited from the draft.
Yeah, he's definitely a winner from the draft. I think that he's just significantly better than Jordan Mason. I really like Kenneth Gainwell. I would probably double tap Aaron Jones and Gainwell, but I don't know what you think, Max or Rick.
Yeah, I'm on Gainwell for sure. I'm not super into Aaron Jones, but I don't mind. I think it makes sense structurally.
Yeah, let's go with Gainwell to start. I'm in between QJ and Aaron Jones. Let's take a look at the running backs. So the guys we're going to see later are Tyrone Tracy and Tajay Spears, who I think could be bigger winners at their prices. So I'm going to go with QJ just because of the divisional correlation, and we only have 3 wide receivers. And I do think wide receiver talent is available later, but QJ has demonstrated a 30-point ceiling, and I don't know how much of that we find later on.
Yeah, I mean, Quentin Johnston could just have another crazy season. He could truly be like unlocked with Mike McDaniel as the new offensive coordinator. He's not my favorite pick in the world, but he's certainly very solid as a wide receiver 4. I'm not gonna be too upset at that at all.
And then if we want to get pieces of the Chargers offense because they're going to, everybody has it as a breakout offense, I'm okay just getting one piece. It's almost like a rule, like try to come out with a piece of the Chargers offense in every draft if you can. And I don't mind QJ as one of the pieces to go along with our Bo Nix stack. But if you look at what happened, right, I mean, I don't think we inspired a run, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks went before it got back to us. Malik Willis's ADP, I think, is 125. Purdy fell. Shuck was fine. This guy, wow, he took January to 85 to stack with Jordan Love. That's interesting.
That is aggressive, yeah.
Yeah, but he did stack Shuck with Jordan Tyson, which is kind of sharp. But, yeah, essentially, like, we're still seeing a lot of quarterbacks go here. This is a less quarterback-thirsty draft, but given the Draftkings is 20 rounds, I don't know if we see the 3 QB thirst ever really lighten up on DraftKings, whereas I think we could see a big divergence between DraftKings and underdog ADPs this year because of this the 3 QB movement.
And truly, like you look at the rounds that you're taking in QB, like your options are Casey Concepcion, Myers, Dobbins, Corum, Dobbs, Worthy. Like none of these players are really going to be pushing the ball a whole lot forward, in my opinion. So just being able to solidify like that advancement piece, and truly being able to set yourself apart, like being able to break out 15, 16, and 17 different weeks with different quarterbacks. So just you're super low owned as far as exposures go. In the later rounds, I feel like it's completely fine to go pretty heavy into quarterback early in the game because you're not really taking anyone that's super of consequence.
Look at Aaron Jones falling here. Still stinky Aaron Jones, man.
Well, his ADP is 130, right? So
yeah, he's still 10.
He hasn't even truly fell. Yeah.
Nobody wants to pick him.
Yeah.
I think him and Tajay Spears. There he goes. I'm going to queue up Tajay Spears because he's the last running back that has.
You're on Spears this year?
This is probably the last year because he has no ACLs. So
I would prefer Singleton as a bet. He's way cheaper and he can do pretty much all the same things that Spears can do. But he's a rookie and they spent some. I don't know. I would think Singleton could easily take Spears' job.
I will listen to your advice, especially because Spears doesn't go until 170. Put Woody in the hopper. And then they're suggesting Jaden Higgins here to go with Nico for the stack without the quarterback. That's really interesting because, like, we don't really like CJ Stroud, but we like his pieces.
I mean, it was about the best run out possible for Woody Marks. I don't know how they feel like they can get by with him this year. He was terrible, but I mean, there's not really anyone challenging him. I don't know what you think, Max, but I just thought he was terrible last year.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a Texans fan, too. I think I really dislike that they picked Woody Marks over DJ Giddens or, I don't know, any other running back in that draft. And then Woody Marks was terrible during the season. And then they didn't add anyone to replace him. So yeah, I don't think I've clicked Woody Marks once.
I've clicked him a bunch. Do I go with Omar Cooper here? The Jets. That's so gross. But I guess I have some New England correlation here.
Do you think a guy like Najee could be going to the Texans this year?
Yeah, maybe that's.
I feel like that's a pretty prime landing spot for the Texans.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't consider that, but that makes sense.
The Najee hype is hilarious because wherever he goes, he does not matter.
You don't think?
I
think if he goes to the Texans, he's like instantly RB1.
I would be willing to bet good money he's not instantly RB1 on the Texans.
I mean, Woody Marks, I think he had so much opportunity last year. He had, I think, one good game out of, and that was really not that crazy of a game. I don't know. I cannot stand Woody Marks. I think he's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he had a 27-point game in week 4, 12.5, 15.5, 16.1, 15, 10 is playable, and then he had a 20-point week against the Steelers in a playoff game. In a blowout, but, you know. So I think his role is just clear. Like, David Montgomery isn't going to really convince you that he's a receiving back. I think he benefited a lot from the scheme in the Lions. I think David Montgomery.
I completely forgot about David Montgomery. I'm so stupid.
No, yeah, I was a little confused by previous statement.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think Najee Harris is going to be RB1 at all. But I think Najee Harris could be definitely a pretty good Texans running back. But I was completely not even thinking about David Montgomery at all.
David Montgomery does not run the outside zone well. Woody does run the outside zone better than he runs inside because, you know, as people like to say last year, a strong gust of wind could blow Woody Marks over.
True.
I just think there's a very clear and well-defined role for him. That offensive line is crap. It got turned over again. We talked about this on the last stream, Max. CJ Stroud is going to check down a lot because he's not trying to get sacked going into a contract year.
Agreed, yeah. He's always had a pretty low pressure to sack rate. Counting the checkdowns.
All right, now we get to the part of the draft that is really gross, but also really interesting because I think this is the part of the draft where you can really make some hay. So I talked about in the video earlier that I think wide receivers still stay strong over here, but running backs completely drop off a cliff. I mean, pure backup, questionable backup, questionable backup, questionable backup. I know you like Singleton. Brian Robinson, he had some good coach speech the other day. Greg Branos and the Coach Week Index, they do a great job, so sub to them if you don't. And, of course, you have the
Braylon Allen is a winner from the draft as well. They didn't pick up anybody.
They did not.
For whatever reason, they like Braylon Allen. I think that, although I don't really have a whole lot of Braylon Allen, I probably should.
Yeah, he's fine. I agree, though.
We're at a 3-4-5-1 here. We're probably going to end up with, I want to say, a 3-7-7-2? No. Probably like a 3-6-9-2 because we're only going to go 2 tight ends in this draft with Bowers. And if Hunter Henry falls to us here, we click it and we close out the tight end room for that double stack.
I mean, Hunter Henry completely. He has pretty solid spike week potential. I don't know how you feel about him, Max, but I kind of like Hunter Henry quite a bit with the stack.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I like Hunter Henry and Eli Raridon. I don't know how expensive he is at this point. Is he in the last round still?
Yeah, Eli Raridon? Yeah, I'm telling you, buddy, he's not on my draft board. the rookie tight end drafted, right, to the Texans?
No, Merlin Klein was the Texans one. Raridon got drafted to the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, that's a developmental pick for sure. Oh, no. Hunter Henry goes. All right, stop looking at tight end for a while. Fernando Mendoza is going to keep falling because we have Brock Bowers. I wonder, should we click Mike Washington Jr. here as a pure backup?
Nah.
Ranks say Brian Robinson. I tend to believe that.
Yeah, I'm good with that out of the running backs.
And then at wide receiver, what are you guys thinking?
I think Diggs has the most upside. I don't think Tesla has very much upside. I don't like Debo. Ridley is actually a pretty solid pick. I don't like Booty. I think Diggs has quite a few landing spots with just such a poor wide receiver class that he could kind of just go anywhere and be the wide receiver too, and be very fine at this ADP.
What about you, Max? Yay, Diggs or somebody else?
Yeah, Diggs is good. Those other options don't look great.
The Ravens and the Chiefs were reportedly had interest in Diggs as a free agent, and that's like the first peep we've heard about these like veterans getting interest in such a long time that I think they decided out of Debo, Diggs, Juwan Jennings, and Brandon Ayuk, it's like we want Diggs because he still had pretty good peripheral stats last year.
Tyreek is still available with the Chiefs, but if the Chiefs for whatever reason don't pick up Tyreek, then I think Diggs is a smash for the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Diggs just has like baby mama drama. Tyreek has like mental issues, and I think his knee was turning the other way last year.
Yeah, he needs another surgery.
The Chiefs love Tyreek.
Wait, he needs another surgery, Max?
Well, I thought that's what people were saying early on, right after he got released in February. But yeah, he was so good in the 4 weeks that he played before he got hurt. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to have zero as much as the extenuating circumstances suck.
So it looks like we don't have too many dead teams in this draft. That's sad. You always get some dead teams in Draftkings drafts every once in a while. Everybody's roughly rational in what they're doing, except for maybe this John Beckingham guy.
I mean, the two guys in the middle are a little interesting, but I mean, pulling up Chase Brown to the 1-2 turn, I feel is not the best in the world, but what do I know?
Yeah, Chase Brown 17, I think, is fine. Cromulent. He definitely was a major winner of the draft. Jonah Coleman at 151. That's a stale ADP. That should be a lot later. Yeah, I guess like
that Coleman could easily beat Harvey.
I think that when it comes to Sean Payton, you need to listen to the coach speak, throw away half of it, take the other half, and hope to God that you're right.
Yeah, I mean, RJ Harvey couldn't even beat J.K. Dobbins last year.
RJ Harvey had fumbling issues. J.K. Dobbins can't stay healthy. Jonah Coleman does have the opportunity to consolidate the backfield. I'm not paying 13th round prices for that, though. And I'm a Broncos fan.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't really think Jonah Coleman does anything better than RJ Harvey, or at least like they do different things. At least in college they did. He's more of a J.K. Dobbins replacement, I think. All the high value touches go to RJ Harvey anyway. So I don't know. I don't really like clicking RJ Harvey, but I don't really like clicking Jonah Coleman either. So I don't really know.
You don't really like anything, do you?
Yeah, no, not really.
I don't know. For me, because I just like Harvey so much, I would rather just have the cheapest player on the Broncos That's kind of me. Like I don't want to be completely out on it, and so I guess I'll just pay the cheapest price on that backfield if I'm not much of a believer. And so that would be kind of my thought process. Maybe it's not good, but I really just do not like Harvey this year at all. I would much rather Dobbins or Coleman.
So one thing I spoke about in my little 10-minute video earlier today is out of this range of running backs that we see now entering the 17th round. I mean, Braylon Allen and Justice Hill are the only two guys that we can realistically project work for right now, and are at this time are not stone zeros, because right now at this time any one of these guys could be stone zeros. So if we want another running back, I don't know if I need to take Justice Hill here, but this room seems pretty sharp.
I'm good at that.
And then I think we should grab another wide receiver here or a tight end if you guys think there's a good one on the board.
I mean, what? Chosen is a big Freiermuth guy, right? I'm good with that. Or Justice. We can just auto Justice Hill. Maybe. I don't know if BB Chosen will be back.
It's okay. We're just going to move the draft along. I like Pat Freiermuth quite a bit too, and I think he's going to move up. And the rest of these guys are just so dusty. Technically, Trey Tucker is the cheapest wide receiver one on the board, but that might be Jalen Naylor.
Yeah, that's
quite the competition. He was just so bad after that 43-point outburst.
Yeah, that felt like a fever dream. He was like the wide receiver 5 or something through 3 weeks.
I remember everyone was victory lapping their Trey Tucker exposures early in the season. Like, oh, look, I'm advancing 50% of my teams. Yeah, no shit. You got a 40 burger in week 4.
Yeah.
It's like, but then the real thing came when Kyle Pitts dropped the 40 burger on DraftKings in week 15. It was like, holy shit, you can't come back from that. When a tight end does that in the playoff weeks, you're like dead. I mean, even if a wide receiver did that, you'd be kind of dead.
Yeah, what was it? Trevor Lawrence against, was it the Jets? Didn't he score like 40?
Well, the thing is, quarterbacks have a higher bar for scoring in general. So the average quarterback scores like, 18 or 17 points. So that's a lot of points above replacement, but you could have made it up somewhere else. But it was like impossible to make up the Kyle Pitts points. Like only the Trey McBride owners even came close to making that up.
Yeah. What is that? Like 30 points over replacement, 35.
Yeah. So my thought, honestly, right now is like this DraftKings room, it doesn't really spark a lot of joy for me. Like I think these drafters are pretty good. So probably not going to put another Millie bullet in tonight, but I'm down to do a time board after this if anybody wants to stick around. A time box draft, like one of the smaller ones, I think. But I know, Chosen, you probably have to head home. Looking at, oh, what the heck? I got a ticket to the Millionaire. Is it buy one, get one free? How'd I get a free ticket to the Millie Maker?
That's sweet.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Let me go look at my promos. Did I activate a promo somewhere? Rewards?
Shit, I gotta get on DraftKings.
What are the promos? Best ball. Try NFL best ball. Oh, I got a free ticket here. Oh, so they're just giving away free tickets for this stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, where are all the dead teams if people are drafting for free?
Yeah, it's like I'm looking at my rewards in a different tab. I'm like, I get a free $3 ticket. I got a free $25 ticket. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. That's sweet.
They say max the NFL Best Ball Millionaire Tournament to earn $375 DK dollars. So you get 10% rake back in DK dollars.
Well, that seems pretty solid.
And then you get a free Margaritaville cruise. I asked my girlfriend if she wants to do that. She was like, hard no. I don't blame her. And then a bunch of NASCAR stuff. Okay, cool. So I got some tickets, though.
Yeah, that's sweet.
We can do a free $3 draft, and you can steer if you want to stick around, Max.
Sure. Yeah, draft some zeros.
You can draft Eli Reardon on that team, I promise.
Oh yeah, 20th round Eli Reardon.
All right, coming up here.
Oh my goodness, we can do Pat Bryant, right?
I think Pat Bryant is the right call here to get that Bo double. Good eye. We have 2 tight ends. We have running backs. So
Yeah, we can
start taking some zeros at wide receiver now.
Are you an Evan Ingram guy? I don't know. The 5th round Justin Jolie. I know you don't like drafting these developmental tight ends, but
I think by the end of the season, Justin Jolie is going to play way more than Evan Ingram. But with Brock Bowers and Freiermuth, you do not draft a 3rd tight end structurally.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. It's just they're never going to start for you. And it's very rare if a tight end appears in your flex, you're probably doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going Pat Bryant. A.D. Mitchell took a hit with Omar Cooper Jr. We drafted Omar Cooper Jr. I think limit 1 jet per team. Who else do you like down here?
None of these players.
Keep scrolling.
I think Wicks is fine. I don't know.
Wicks is fine after they drafted Mekhi Lemon.
I don't know. A lot of these are uninspiring.
What do you mean? You mean they don't spark joy, man?
No, none of these spark joy.
What if Keenan Allen joins the Chargers again? That would be so gross.
I'm down.
I feel like we should take Keenan Allen just for the CLV if we get it.
Sure.
That's so gross. I think I have an old bias in me. Oh, Seth, you're back. Hey, Seth.
I'm back. My bad. Sorry, I had an important business call to attend to.
That is perfectly okay. Life comes first. I know you're on the West Coast, so it's still work time for you.
Figured you'd.
Yeah. So we just went wide receiver with our last 2 picks. You can kind of see our draft capital on wide receiver needs a little bit of catching up to do. So we're going to
have Ted Hurst still on the board.
I doubt it, dude. Ted Hurst is like a hot button name right now. Oh, hold on. He's still on the board.
Yeah, I would pick up Ted Hurst in a heartbeat, my guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to project him right now.
Chris Bell. Mm-hmm. Chris Bell as well. He has a lot of opportunity to being the wide receiver 1 on the Dolphins. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris Bell goes earlier right now. Yeah, he's not on the board. Who else do you guys like out of some of the rookie wide receiver picks?
All the ones I like got nuked. Bryce Lance,
Zachariah Branch. You know who likes Zachariah Branch more than most? Theo Greminger, which is interesting. He fits the Tua offense really well, where Tua might just spam him with targets underneath.
I catch the screens just like at his previous football team in Georgia.
You got to catch the screens for the 5-0, baby. Marvin Mims, I feel like I'm just putting him in the hopper in case Ted Hurst goes for the Bo Nix triple.
Never need to
see coming. Mims. Elijah Surratt on the Ravens.
It's fine. If he plays the slot, I think it's fine. If he doesn't play the slot, I think he's probably dead.
Yeah. Who's that?
I'm not a big Surratt believer.
Caleb Douglas guy on the Dolphins. 6'4", runs real fast. Probably doesn't know how to play wide receiver.
Probably.
Yeah, Bryce Lance. I'd say yes, but I don't like this 6'4" wide receiver that doesn't know how to play football.
Well, I think Ted Hurst did go. So our auto picks are on Marvin Mims and Elijah Surratt. We're okay with that.
Vele is a pretty solid pick if we think the Saints offense is going to be a little bit better, even if he's the wide receiver 3. But yeah, if you want to just go upside picks with rookies, that's completely understandable.
I think Vele is fine. We have some boom bust guys in our lineup like Devontae Adams, Omar Cooper, Pat Bryant. So we can go with Vela, who seems like a little bit more of a boring but steady pick. And like God
Yeah,
knows Jordan
he
Tyson
should-
has his own injury issues.
He should be pretty special with about 3 catches per game and almost nothing more, just about every game, which could be what you need. Just kidding.
It's like, does he fall in the end zone once?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
or twice would be great.
yeah, both in the same week, and it's the last week
Yeah.
of the season.
So I'm going to jump in the $3 here while we're waiting for this last pick.
All right, time to draft some zeros.
Is Taysom Hill available? Because oh boy, would that be a pick right there?
Just
The big
a
Taysom
hard
Hill, the
up.
real draft winner.
Wow, Devon Vele went. I guess we're going with the Bo Nix triple that nobody saw
brutal
coming.
pick there.
I mean, Cooper Kupp is also kind of a draft winner. They didn't pick up anybody. Cooper Kupp isn't really relying on speed anymore, and that's kind of the thing that goes away with age. He's still very solid veteran presence, and he's kind of that Devon Vele type bet where he's probably going to get 3-4 catches, and they're going to trust him in the end zone because he has good hands.
DTR has him at 154. That's 100% moving away. But taking him with a 200
Yeah, that's a mistake.
isn't the
I
worst.
really like Cooper Kupp actually quite a bit.
All right, last pick in the draft, Cooper Kupp. That's it. If you do need to go, feel free to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to scoot.
But
But
thanks for
good
joining.
drafting with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have fun. Good to see you, Max.
Cheers, brother.
Yes,
And,
sir.
Take
cross
care,
your
boys.
fingers that we all get in.
Yeah, hope to see
Otherwise,
y'all.
we'll still keep making content. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
giving
mean,
away
I
free
think
alpha. We're giving away free alpha.
I think the friends made along the way is pretty cool. But I would love to make it into the contest. But if you guys get in and you guys win, it's that's rising tides lifts all boats, boys.
Absolutely.
Sir, likewise.
All right, take care. See you later.
Cheers.
See ya.
And then there were two.
And number 2.
So what do we have in this draft? We have the 12 spot. Let's check out our contestants. Okay, we got some no badgers in here. If you don't have a badge on DraftKings, I feel like you've been doing something wrong.
True. I don't think I do. You know what I was doing wrong? I was not 21.
That's true. That would do it. So this one's $3. I believe it's 20 max. Let me check. Yeah, 20 max, 100K up top. Talk about like a lotto, but like $60 to play for 100K up top.
It's pretty sweet.
Just for what it is, like we're not doing any equity shares because this is my money. But if I do bank any of these, trust me, I will treat you guys nicely. Like,
Good to me.
if I win $3 million, you're probably going to college free for a year, Max.
That's not the worst.
Yeah, no, Colby's expensive. It's like what, 70 grand now a year?
Yeah, Colby is expensive. My mom works at Williams, and they offer they pay some of it, which is very nice for
Yeah.
people that Williams faculty kids that go to college. So
Yeah, because it's that
It's-
NESCAC school, right? The NESCAC
Yeah.
thing. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's just I have a couple of friends that went to Colby and Bates, so I'm familiar with the NESCAC way of life. It's very chill, like smart broy almost is kind of how I describe it.
that's what I'm going for.
Got to be known as a smart bro.
Yeah, isn't that's like the best ball demeanor, or is it broy nerd? I don't know which direction is it.
I feel like you have a very similar vibe to like Sam Sherman,
Mhm.
which I think a lot of people like in the space.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, plus he won $2 million most recently, so it's a compliment.
Oh yeah, I'm bound to do it next.
So do you do a lot of drafts on DraftKings or Underdog or Drafters or?
I did 70 pre-draft, and I've only been 21 since December. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So I think I did 30 on Underdog last year because that has the 18.
Did you do a bunch of
age
the UDFAs, or what did you do, like contest selection wise?
Oh, I think I just did the puppy and the little board last year, but this year I maxed the little board, and then I did I did the 20 like $1 entry ones. I maxed that one, and then on DraftKings, and then I did what would that leave, like 30 of the either the $10 training camp one for DraftKings or the drafters main, which are $10 entries. I didn't do any big boards.
Yeah. I looked at my exposure. I did like, I want to say, I mean, I can take a quick look again, but
Oh yeah, we should.
let's take our picks. Who do you think? Anybody in particular you like? Otherwise, I'm going to go by ADP.
Yeah, ADP is fine. I like James Cook.
James Cook, A-Chain, Saquon.
I would probably lean Kenneth Walker there, but
Okay, yeah, we can do Kenneth Walker. You want to pull anybody up? Rashee Rice, Drake London, if you want to balance with the wide receiver.
Drake London, Rashee Rice are fine. If you want to be balanced.
I think you said Kenneth Walker first. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Try to force myself to do the robust RB every now and then. I'm drafting a lot of wide receivers. I'm a slappy probably.
Checking out the Best Ball Explorer. Like, I think I accidentally, I did 451 pre-draft. And that's 5.1 grand that I put in. I was like, oh, I'll go easy on pre-draft. End up dropping 5 Gs.
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. It's nice when you earn an income. You can kind of spend it how you want to. But I'm like, I think we did that 3-3-3, which immediately, like,
got nuked. I'm so sorry. The Ty Simpson chaperone.
No, it was my fault because I was like, we got to get another running back. Let's click Tyler Algier here. Instant negative CLV. And then Dallas Goedert got hit by Stowers and Mackay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel bad. I thought I was getting value. But of course,
like,
they dropped receiver.
It's the worst teams that you just get through, you sneak through, that end up winning it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sam Sherman's QB1 last year, I think, was Brock Purdy.
Wow.
He had Brock Purdy, Bryce Young, and Tyler Shuck as his 3 QBs. It was gross.
Wow, and Brock Purdy was hurt but I think before Shuck was starting, he was just rolling out Bryce Young for probably like 4 weeks.
Oh, baby, we got a board. We got some players in here. Josh Allen at 18, Lamar Jackson at 15.
Yeah, they're on the site credits.
Oh man. Now we're playing on DraftKings. Everybody's finding that $3 ticket and jumping in drafts. I might have to rip a couple more tonight. Just like multi-table. Yeah, I think we're gonna multi-table, man.
Let's get after it.
That just inspired me to let's see if I can combine these 2 tabs. Huh. Let me do this. Let me just share the whole screen. Toss this off the screen. Toss this off the screen.
Oh my goodness. Kyron 22. This keeps getting better.
We just got to get some of that falling CLV now.
I hope so, yeah. It's so frustrating when another person takes advantage of someone that's stupid and not me,
Yeah. I want to move this, and I want to present. Stop screen, share screen. Okay. We are going to share the whole screen now, and we are multi-tabling. Here we go.
Oh.
This is where I feel most like naturally in my element, doing 2 to 4 at a time. I was only doing 1 for streaming purposes with both these 2.
Yeah. All right, now we're getting after it.
Let's check out some of our fellow contestants in here. Okay, we got a couple more experienced badges, but a couple of people with none. Should be balanced. Kyron at 22. You know, like initial off the bat projections, ETR has Kyron at 21.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is pretty wild. It's just like they're projecting that Rams offense for so many touchdowns. That's why Puka's high, Devontae's high. I think they're going to cool down on that just because they're going to have to factor in the risk of, Matthew Stafford getting a little bit older and Ty Simpson playing some games.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've never thought of Kyron as being a high upside player now that Corum's in the picture, but if the Rams offense is good enough, I guess it's possible.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's see who we're looking at.
Nico is beautiful.
36 and 37. Okay,
Not a lot
Devonta
of-
Smith fell.
Yeah, I'm good with.
Yeah, I mean, Devonta's an auto click if he gets to us. Nico fell to 34, though. That's what I don't like when that happens. Like, a lot of the ADP value gets snapped up. So it depends where you are on the board. Like, if there's some good players that are also playing, they just snapped up the ADP value. So all the falling ADP value just got snapped up in Nico, Pickens, Bowers.
Oh, yeah.
So we have like some smarter guys in front of us, so we didn't get that value falling. All right. We can get weird then. What do you like here?
I'm good with T and Garrett Wilson, but if you want to go somewhere else, I know the one jet quota. That's fine.
Yeah, if it's going to be one jet, I'd rather it be T. Ooh, Jahmyr Gibbs at 3.
Yeah, that's a gift.
What happened here? Let me guess. Josh Allen 1 overall. Dak Prescott 2 overall. There was a technique made popular in like the first couple of years of best ball. I think in the second year, they're like, your first round pick, take whoever you want. Take your favorite player because it doesn't really matter. And then take everyone else. And I was just like, no, that's fucking stupid. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, you're great.
It's like what they meant to say is take anybody who goes in the first round at pick number 1. But people took that a little bit too literally, and we end up with Dak Prescott at 2 overall. I wonder if he's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, maybe. I hope so.
And I wonder if Kane04, Kane004, Kane0004 were all taken before he came up with his username.
Kane will be getting probably 19 more zeros
throughout this draft.
Yes.
We got some good avatars in this draft. The shark with the handkerchief.
Oh, very nice.
I think that's a Pierogi Joe. So essentially in this opening day period, you're looking for. I want to say like you're looking for the good CLV. Like Jadarian Price, I don't think is very good CLV. If you get him closer to where he finished, pre-draft season, I think he's fine. But if you get him, you're pulling up to like the 50s, 60s, I think you're just jumping ahead of your skis. That's why it's like almost all the grossest winners are the ones that are like the ones you want to click in this opening day. And then I just think the Millie, it just seemed like maybe it was just the room that I jumped in that was kind of sharp. But I don't really want to waste those Millie bullets anyway because the DK contest is, it's got 3 million up top. I want to take that pretty seriously. And I'd like to do every single draft like that on its own. So I might not even stream them. But these time boxes, this is like a $3.20 max. And this will probably fill by, I don't know, end of May, if not mid-May. And Draftkings is going to have like at least 5 or 6 of these during the summer.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So they're just like, that's my strategy. Like aim for the time boxes. And then at the end of the summer, when you have the most information, that's when you really want to do your Draftkings Millies, your Drafters Mains, and your underdogs.
BBM, yeah.
And especially the Drafters Main, like what I realize is that's a completely different game we're playing than Underdog or Draftkings. Like Underdog and Draftkings is like apples and oranges. Drafters Main is like a goddamn, I don't know.
A porterhouse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like still a fruit, but a lot different of a fruit.
Yeah.
That's like your player takes. You can just go straight off your player takes. You can have 50% of players, 30, 40% of players in drafters. And I think that's perfectly valid.
Yeah. I think my interests lead more to drafters, so maybe I need to get some drafts firing on there.
And they have a lower price point at $15. So
yeah, that's nice for the main.
Like these are truly like lottos. Like you can play them and hope to get lucky. And I think the high leverage lottos like this one, it's a really good structure because it's 100K up top.
Mm-hmm.
And like $60 to win 100K, that's like really good leverage. And like that's a lotto I think a lot of people can afford. But like putting in, $3,750 into the DK Millie, I don't think that's financially advisable for anyone.
Yeah. The expected variance if you don't have a huge bankroll, that's, I don't know. Especially for me, having these unpaid internships and working as a TA.
Don't worry, you'll make that money soon as a stats major. You got it. Holy shit, that's some Davante Adams stank. He's getting to 60.
What? Oh my goodness. Surely he gets.
And then there's Lad McConkey. I mean, all I have to do is click top ADP right now.
Yeah.
I might start firing off a couple more drafts after we get off the stream. Chase Brown.
I'm good with Chase Brown, yeah.
Yeah. There's like a Taj Brooks hive. Okay, so they went with Lad, but they left Davante Adams. That's an auto click. Who does the solver recommend? DeAndre Swift or Jaden Daniels? Interesting.
I'm definitely Jaden Daniels, but I understand the eat your vegetables with DeAndre Swift.
ETR has him at 38 because like he's one of the biggest winners from the draft.
Yeah, I guess they had to know one. Please, HN, August 20th, get traded to the Bears.
And this is where it's like if everyone, there's so much stink on guys like Davante Adams and DeAndre Swift. It's like we just got a hyper fragile build with a running back at pick 60.
Yeah.
So like we could stop at 4 or 5 running backs on this team depending on what the next running back we get is. And so those are the builds that I think you can build super teams right now on the first day. Like you're getting a hyper fragile build in a round that you won't be able to get later if they go down to the ranking set that you're using.
Yes.
I think my favorite targets so far have been DeAndre Swift. Chuba Hubbard I've liked as well. Aaron Jones a little bit.
The Titans.
I haven't touched the Jadarian Price stuff. I think I auto-drafted him once at like 67 on Underdog.
We are.
Oh, you want to go Bowers and go 0 wide receiver start here?
Sure, I'm good at Nico too. Whatever you want.
Yeah, you would be good with Nico. Texans fan, you.
I mean, 2023 Nico, don't forget. I don't know if Stroud will ever be good again, but
yeah,
that was really awesome.
I mean, I think you guys have a head coaching problem, not really a quarterback problem.
Yeah, D'Amico's made some questionable decisions. Really wish he would just focus on defense, but
that defense is going to be filthy. But
yeah, Caden McDonald and Reed Blankenship already to the second best defense in the league, and the Seahawks lost everybody.
I mean, it's like you need to minimize the mistakes of your quarterback to win those games. And
yeah,
I mean, looking back at the Patriots game, you guys easily could have won that game.
Yeah, the punting decisions that what got me. That was pretty bad. Down 12 with 10 minutes left in your season, and you punt at midfield.
I just think the offensive play calling probably didn't do Drake May a ton of favors either.
Yes. You mean CJ Stroud?
Yeah, sorry. CJ Stroud a lot of favors.
Yes, I agree. Nick Haley wasn't a huge disappointment, but I wasn't really impressed. Honestly, I would rather have Bobby Slowick. At least we've seen some upside in 2023. Nick Haley just felt a little stale. I don't know.
Absolutely. Oh. What else are some good topics to talk about right now on opening day of BBM? I guess we haven't talked about the draft much at all, but we did in the chat. Any like kind of big takeaways from the draft?
I mean, you already mentioned the heavy personnel stuff, but I think it probably differentiates the upper tier of wide receiver ones from the lower tier. If if you're playing in all the heavy personnel, the efficiency index. Besides that, I mean, I don't know. The NFL doesn't agree with my takes. Seeing Dejon Stribling go 100 picks ahead of Bryce Lance.
That's actually a hot button topic right now because I know Leg Up likes Deshaun Stribling. And I think the reasons. So, my first take was that the guy's a good blocker. He's a fifth-year senior who never really broke out. He's massive and he's fast. They got him for his blocking because he's a lot cheaper than Juwan Jennings right now. But then they're like, oh, he's going to play the Juwan Jennings role. And I was like, I don't think you just walk in as a rookie and play the Juwan Jennings receiving role. But you'll probably be in on run plays where you're blocking.
Yeah, the Trey Harris blocking role.
It's like, you know what Juwan Jennings also had? They throw it up in the end zone, and he's going to catch it roll. Guess who the 49ers currently have? Mike Evans.
Yeah.
So take the Juwan Jennings role, strip the touchdown upside, strip the routes because they're probably going to play a lot of 12 personnel to support George Kittle's injury. And great, you got Dejon Stribling.
Yeah, like my points per block league, he's just massive value, but unfortunately they don't do that on DraftKings.
And here's the thing, at least before, when Brandon Ayuk went down, at least you had George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey and some Ricky Pearsall, right? But then when George Kittle went down, the offense started falling apart. So I don't think, say CMC or George Kittle's not the same or whatnot, Mike Evans goes down or gets another hamstring injury, I think you're going to see that offense crater with Pearsall and Dejon Stribling. You have some semblance where Stribling can play the Mike Evans role, but I just don't think he's nearly as talented as Mike Evans. Do you hate Luther Burden, or are you fine with Luther Burden?
It's fine.
Who do you prefer here? Wide receiver.
I probably Waddle and Adams, or we can do Evans. I think I like those over Burden, but I'm good with Burden.
We'll take Burden because he's one of the condensed offenses we talked about. Oh shit, we got to pick here.
Yikes!
I guess we're gonna pick DK Metcalf.
Sure.
Auto DK Metcalf. What a wonderful life this is. And then Matthew Stafford would stack well with Devontae Adams, but I'm okay passing on that.
Yeah, I'm good with Harvey or Stafford or Herbert. I mean, he has a lot of back stacks.
Yeah, I'm fine with the Harvey pick here. There's just like a lot of stink on it. If we take Harvey here, I think we're basically done at running back.
Yeah.
All right. Probably should have looked at the board to see how. Oh crap! We should have gone with the quarterback there.
Oh well, at least it's $3.
Oh well. Yeah, you look back at that board, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Ooh, Josh Allen at the 212.
I mean, that looks like value compared to Dak at the 102.
Mm-hmm. I know Devontae Adams is the value, but I just like Jalen Waddle, and he correlates with Josh Bowers.
I like Jalen Waddle too.
Like, I know they're ahead of market on Jalen Waddle, and you can't really like make him that valuable. But if Rich Rebar came on and said the Broncos are the best team going into the draft front to back, Bo Nix took a leap last year, but his pass catchers dropped a lot of passes and let him down. It's like this is an ascending offense. We're talking about a Super Bowl caliber offense. Now they just added a round one wide receiver still in his prime at 27. Just because Jalen Waddle hasn't played a lot of games and he hasn't been healthy sometimes doesn't mean he can't put it together for one season.
Mm-hmm. Isn't this what they said about Puka or maybe CMC? A lot of good players are labeled as injury prone.
It's like, what injuries do we care about, right? Like J.K. Dobbins, Liz Frank injury, yeah, I care about that. But a dude that has some soft tissue injuries in Miami, like,
yeah.
Okay.
And now you're on, top 10 offense that leads league in pass attempts. I just feel like the range of outcomes is worth the risk.
Absolutely. And that PROE of the Broncos is definitely something special. So
yeah, that is sweet.
So one topic that I really want to talk about here that I think you'll probably agree with because you're a stats guy, it's a conditioning topic. So basically, the concept of not taking zeros and why, Sack said this a little bit, I want to expand on it. Why taking a 2 at a position is so much better than a 0. Well, from a common sense perspective, to earn fantasy points, you need to find the field and you need to get touches. And what that is demonstrated in terms of how do we read that in data? Obviously, we can read touches or we can read snaps, right? But really, what touches will equate to is fantasy points. So at some threshold, and like it grows essentially, if you're getting 2 touches, what's your probability of scoring a touchdown a game? Probably really low. But now you're getting 4 touches. It grows a little bit, but probably not high. But in that 6 to 8 touch range, chances are if you're getting 6 to 8 touches, one of those touches could be near the end zone. And since the distribution of fantasy points is so chunky based on touchdowns, that's why the difference between getting a 0 and getting somebody who never appears in your lineup because they produce 2 to, 8 PPR points every game is massive, because given that they're producing points, they also have the ability to fall ass backwards into the end zone and produce more points than actually matter. And so that's why when we're taking these backups that are ambiguous backups right now at the end of April, they're really, really bad picks relative to a Justice Hill, who we know is going to have a role.
Because the upside is asymmetric of the cost. I agree with that.
Yeah, okay. We're coming back on the clock here. Matthew Stafford probably went unstacked. Fun to unstack pocket quarterbacks. Yeah, Matthew Stafford went unstacked to the 2-hole who's auto-drafting.
Lovely.
Okay, so we are looking down the barrel here. Bo Nix did not go. We'll take Bo Nix to stack with RJ Harvey.
Yep, that looks good. I think we need a double tap quarterback. I don't really know what the board was pretty pressing the last turn.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we should double tap quarterback here just to get it over with. But who's a good backstack option here? It's a good quarterback.
Well, you could do just on Stribling, but I don't really. I like.
I usually go Malik Willis when I'm just like don't know what to do here.
Yeah,
I don't mind Jordan Love and pray that Matthew Golden comes back to me.
I like Jordan Love a lot. I don't really like Matthew Golden, but that seems fine.
But like the reason, and here's an interesting concept here. Oh, would I auto pick? God damn it! We took DK Metcalf again at 71.
Oh man, okay.
I guess I'm going to be long DK Metcalf in this, $3.20 max on DraftKings. There are worse things in life. But so basically on DraftKings, you get that 300 passing yard bonus, right? And because of that, your pocket passers get a little bit of a boost. So when you have guys that are really efficient, like per touch, like Jordan Love, if he just gets a little bit more volume, now we're cooking with gas, and he's hitting that $300-yard bonus a bunch of times during the season. All right, here we are. Alex Pierce by the Solver. What do you like here?
I'm good at that.
Ryan Thomas, also by ADP.
Are we going to get cooked by a QB run? I don't know.
I think we'll be okay. We're at 75. This board is a lot more chill with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This guy's not chill at all.
No.
But luckily we picked before him. And,
yes.
We can put Bo Nix in the queue here.
All right. Love some Bo Nix.
But we also have outs to your favorite player, Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah. Love some Daniel Jones.
Of course, now everybody stops taking QBs after we took 2 QBs on the turn there.
Yeah, that Brock Purdy value looks pretty good.
Don't worry, Purple Rain's going to scoop it up. Yep, up. We got a dead team. Do we have a dead team? No, actually, he's not dead yet.
Hopefully he drafts a running back.
There's no stacks.
Yeah.
He's probably going to draft Jared Goff next if it gets back to him because he's auto picking. Honestly, in these drafts, like you don't really care about your room that much because you're gonna have to care a lot more about week 17, which is 458 people. Like, if you you get to week 17, you get $150. Congratulations! Like you're really looking to hit one of these, top 20 prizes, top 50 prizes, even.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
When is the NFL schedule release?
I think it's usually May, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so the interesting thing. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just saying I do the divisional stacking thing, but I don't really even know how much positive EV is that even.
So we're looking at May 12th to 14th. So what's interesting is if this contest stays open until then, you could have a massive advantage by just firing through in 20 entries as soon as the schedule releases before this contest closes. Because say this contest gets to 50% filled with nobody really looking at week 17 or the playoff weeks, like that is an edge you do have.
Yeah, now you have all these game stacks that people are less likely to have.
Yeah, it's like almost like I'm figuring out which way do I play this. Like, for example, like the puppy, I just know there's going to be 3 puppies in the summer. And so you want to get ahead of the puppy one. So you're not because what happened last year was I basically threw in 90 slow drafts into the puppy one as it ended, and then the puppy 2 opened. And so then I'm having 250 concurrent slow drafts. And yeah, that's another hobby in itself.
Yeah, I don't do slow drafts. Maybe I will need to if I ever start doing your volume, but
yeah, I would say earn an income first.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I think we got to go Gadsden on the ADP fall.
Yeah.
And we don't have a tight end here.
I like playing the Chargers offense through Gadsden. I feel like he's cheap enough.
Man, running backs are falling in this draft.
Oh, that sucks. We already have all this capital dedicated.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go with – you're a cokehead, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Analytics guys love the cokeheads. Of course, Gadsden goes. Cokehead and then Mark Andrews. That's a weird recommendation.
Yes, I mean we could do Jaden Higgins. I don't know. These are all
gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matthew Golden went off the board because there's a wide receiver run.
Of course.
Best available wide receiver is Jaden Higgins. All right, let's start our tight end room with Mark Andrews.
Sure.
And maybe we'll look for Geno later to stack with Garrett Wilson.
All right. Break the Jets rule.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, we can stack Bryce instead. I much prefer stacking Bryce with Coker than Geno. Yeah. Holy, look at that ETR rank on Geno. They nuked him.
Wow.
They do not think he's starting all season.
They have no confidence? Come on. That offense looks so good on paper.
They did not write Geno back at ETR.
They did not, yeah. Oh, I had so much Omar Cooper too, and he got nuked. Well, he didn't get nuked. He's still, 120, 130?
I mean, he got a pretty decent second-round pick. I think he's good. He'll pop up for a 20-point game 1 week. All right, we're going Bo Nix on the right here. And then we probably go – wow, there's been a wide receiver run in both these rooms. Wow, they're pissing yellow over here. Jeez. Jalen Warren's falling. Rico Dowdle's falling. Most sims would just be take Jalen Warren or Rico Dowdle. They're just going to produce more points than any of the wide receivers here.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
I haven't taken much Rico at all. You know what? I'm going to say screw you, Sims, and take the comfy click in Michael Pittman. Because that sets us up for the Aaron Rodgers double.
Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking with gas. Dude, during the draft, as the Steelers are picking, they go offensive line, wide receiver, And I go, dude, they're putting out the full bat signal for Aaron Rodgers. And then they went with Drew Aller. They were like, okay, Drew Aller the third is okay because like everyone knows he's a developmental quarterback.
And it was the pick they got from the George Pickens trade. They traded George Pickens for Drew Aller.
Oh yeah. That was not a good look, but that was mostly because they didn't want to pay George Pickens.
Yeah. I mean, I guess getting Drew Aller is better than nothing.
But here's the thing I think about these players. It's like George Pickens became poison on the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? There was no way that he was going to play good football for them anymore. So they got what they could. I think they probably – I don't even know if they could have got more because he didn't have a great season the year before. But, yeah, Jennings Dunker, like talk about a guy that's going to show up on like Barstool Sports at some point in his life.
Oh, yeah.
You see what this guy looks like, dude?
Yeah, he's got the Buffalo Wild Wings partnership. He is sweet.
Oh yeah, he's sick. Look at that mullet, dude.
What a unit.
What a fucking unit. And so, I mean, you could not say Aaron Rodgers, your home is Pittsburgh whenever you want it, any louder. And Drew Aller's like, he's a great understudy because he's got a big arm. He can put all over the field. He just can't process for shit. So all he has to do is sit there and just be like, what did Aaron do on this play? All right, do the same thing.
Yeah, do the same thing. But I'm 6'5" and jacked and fast.
Yeah, I mean, this quarterback class was so depressing. It was comical.
I know. Oh, so brutal. Carson Beck. What are we doing? The Cardinals are such a poverty organization. I mean, I'm a Texans fan, but
literally just burn it all down at this point.
Yeah. Jeremiah Love at 3 and your team is terrible.
They were like, you guys better trade up for Jeremiah Love and give us a bunch of draft picks or else we're going to take them. And then they actually took them. Like nobody believed them. And they were like, fuck you guys. We're actually going to do it.
Oh, man. Yeah, the jersey sales will be awesome. Hopefully they can pay for their own players' food now.
Yeah. It'll just be a bunch of people with love jerseys with paper bags over their heads.
Yeah.
They should sell the paper bags in the stadium too.
Oh, man. Yeah, Cardinals paper bags. They would too.
And then they were like, hey, Jacoby, fuck you. We just got Carson Beck in the 3rd round, man.
Yeah. Let's go.
We're not paying you, Jacoby. We're tanking. You got to get with the tank.
Oh, man.
And Jacoby's just sitting there like, oh, great. Nice leverage. Carson Beck. Let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah. Have fun with that.
My joke was Carson Beck can only make half-field reads because his eyes look like this.
Yeah, said the sloth.
Oh my god, this is gross.
Yeah, these.
I do not want to click another running back here, but this would 100% close out our running back room.
All right, sure.
And then wide receiver. Who do you want to go with?
Oof. I don't mind.
Oh, this is the Geno. No, Geno went. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Yeah,
You want to do Rodgers? Do we need another QB?
No, we don't need him. Wide receiver.
Sure.
Let's Giovanni Bernard, maybe?
Yeah, why not?
A little early, but then we get the Rodgers double, technically.
Yeah.
Let's queue up Rodgers for our 3rd quarterback. Hopefully he comes back to us at 180 because this room's a little bit QB thirsty. Here we're at pick 118. This seems like a run to the bank with Josh Downs if he gets to us.
Yeah, I would agree.
Otherwise, I don't mind Conception here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Or we could do the Jordan Love, Matthew Golden on the turn. We'd probably get that default. Nope, we can't do that anymore. That's gone. Please don't take Josh Downs. Please don't take Josh Downs. I want the Daniel Jones double. Another sneaky offense that's consolidating. The Colts.
The Colts, yeah. It's
I don't
exciting.
think they drafted as many. Let's look at the Colts draft picks.
Yeah, I can't even think of anyone. They drafted one of the late round running backs, I think. I don't remember anyone else.
Yeah, Josh Downs, that's easy.
And the Alec Pierce ankle surgery, I mean, they said he'd be back for training camp, but that seems to put a huge question mark on his
It's just an ankle cleanup, I think. They went C.J. Allen, linebacker from Georgia, safety. No, I do not care about that. Guard, linebacker, edge, Seth McGowan, Deion Brooks. They're set up pretty well to consolidate that offense. Should we just click Daniel Jones here as our second quarterback?
Sure, yeah.
I feel like I don't trust this room. And he's ranked, he's 127 in the ETR ranks, which is like, okay.
Oh, they really think he's going to be healthy.
So I'm like wondering, because like I'm trying to plan out how I do my drafts this year and be a little bit more selective. So I'm thinking, because this one, it's so big, right? I mean, we're talking, if it's 100,000 to first, it's probably a big $3. Let's take a look here. It is, holy, almost 400,000 entries. Yeah, this is not going to be a time box. This is almost half the size of the Millie. So this is going to be their main 1 million play action. And then the time boxes are likely, there are no time boxes open right now. These are all the mains. They might drop some smaller. I remember the play actions last year, I think, were 200K play actions, so a fifth the size. And I think they must have dropped like 5 or 6 of those. So now they just want one big contest.
Interesting.
Which is like, it kind of makes sense to like, you only have 20 entries in that for something that's probably going to be open all summer. I mean, they're really going to say that, what is it? 20,000 people are going to max enter this $3.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I think the strategy is to monitor fill rate on this $3. Shoot 2 to 5 entries in now. We just did 2 on stream, and then kind of monitor the fill rate to see where it goes. Because the only true time box I see on the board is probably Underdog.
Yeah, the puppy.
Should have got Underdog here. How far away are we? Draft board up. We're pretty far away. We're going to take Aaron Rodgers there. Oh, nope. These are my puppies I need to make picks in. So they have the puppy, the big dog. Yeah, I mean, even the puppy is 225K, but that usually fills in like a month or 2.
Yeah, they drop 3 or more, right? Usually.
Yeah, they drop 3 puppies usually, 1 in June. But yeah, nothing here is really time boxed right now, which I think is like the thing that nobody's saying. There aren't really any true time box contests available right now in best ball. So people are going to get excited and just fire off all 20 bullets into this $3, not realizing that this could stay open until, like training camps begin almost.
Yeah, that's a lot of loss, CLB.
I think they could have made this 150 max.
Yeah.
So this is what they did with the little board. Yeah, we're going Aaron Rodgers here.
Yeah, easy. Do we want to do Muth too?
Muth? I guess we need to. Yeah, I think we need a tight end here. Aaron Rodgers, Muth. Just put the Steelers in the bag.
Yeah.
Put the Steelers
I mean, getting stronger, that offense is ascending, right?
I mean, depends on what he does with his flow, but yeah, probably ascending. Then we can just throw on wide receivers here late because we're done at running back.
Sure.
Yeah, that $3 is going to be really interesting because the little board, they did a 20 max on the little board, and that overlaid like almost 25%. So if you had 20 entries in there, that gives you 1 out of maybe 2 out of 12. So that gives you about like 1.75 entries advancing. But then you got to multiply that by almost a third. So plus 1.33, which gives you almost like 2.5 entries expected to advance because of the overlay.
Wow, yeah.
So I think it was a mistake making this $3 contest a 20 max Because I don't know if there's 20,000 people in the world that think they're going to play this best ball game.
Yeah.
I think they're just giving everybody free tickets to try to get them to play.
It's crazy how, big all of this feels, but in reality, it's such a niche hobby.
Yeah, there's just not. That's why it's like the little board 20 max didn't even fill. It's like, yeah, there aren't 8,000 people that want to max the little board or whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right, what are we looking at here? We got Bo Nix, Daniel Jones, double stacked. Also have an Aaron Rodgers stack working on this side, but we're not taking him here. We could go with a running back. You want to go Jonathan Brooks here?
Sure, yeah. Get your exposure up.
Yeah. Well, these are all pre-draft exposure, so you can see I had 14% Bryce Young pre-draft.
Hey. Some picks are worth it, even if it's gross,
Oh, actually, we could slap a Bryce Young onto this team.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. I think we should wait for Rodgers.
Agreed.
Or we have Bowers. We could go with Mendoza, but Mendoza goes later. I prefer Mendoza to fall when I go with Mendoza. Take another running back in Woody.
Sure.
Do we need a tight end? No, we're good at tight end with Bowers. Oh, I'm starting to get a little sleepy now. I'm starting to lose my full focus on the multi-tabling.
It's all good.
Usually this time is reserved for me chilling with my girlfriend downstairs and just kind of winding down before bed. So I like to kind of multi-table as soon as I get home from work when the coffee's still kicking in.
Yeah. I'm feeling fried too. I got back from a track meet at midnight last night, and then I had to wake up. The course registration was at 7 a.m. today, so I had to wake up a little before then. I got all my classes, but a little fried.
Yeah, got your classes for the summer or for next fall?
For next fall.
Yeah. That's important, man. People don't realize how important waking up for course registration and dorm registration is. You got to live with that for a full semester or a full year.
Yeah. Definitely worth the exhaustion.
Worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Who do we like here? Maybe Trey Tucker.
Yeah, sure. Maybe give us a 43 bomb last year.
Yeah. And I think we need another tight end, too. I know we slapped on the Freiermuth, Aaron Rodgers with DK Metcalf and Jeremy Bernard. I'm going to start calling him Unk because that's what he goes by at Alabama.
I don't mind Terrence Ferguson's an upside swing, but they drafted Max Clare. I don't know.
My sneaky as hell tight end is Jatavian Sanders because they didn't draft a tight end.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, did they draft one? They either drafted one that's a pure blocking tight end.
Yeah, one of the Merlin Klein idiots.
I mean, there are so many good blockers in this year's draft that they were yeah. Let's see. Panthers draft picks. Lee Hunter, Chris Brazell, Will Lee, safety. Yep, no tight end being drafted. So, Panthers depth chart. How are we doing here? We got some time on this board. I think it's just Tommy Tremble over there. Yeah, Tommy Tremble, this is the starter. And then Jatavian Sanders is behind him. Mitchell Evans, Felipe Franks. I guess it's pretty crowded back there, but Jatavian Sanders did have some nice production at Texas with Quinn Ewers. All right, Max dropped out, but we will run this solo while we wait for him to return, if he does, which he might not. All right, he sent me a land the plane signal and said he's probably done for the night. So in honor of Max, we are going to land these planes simultaneously. And we set up the Aaron Rodgers double. So why not just complete the Aaron Rodgers double here? Oh, it's 166. We can definitely wait on this. Anybody I really want to take here, though? Let's see. 4 running backs: Gibbs, Chase Brown, Woody, Jonathan Brooks. I'm going to go Rodgers and lock in the quarterback. And then I think I might take a running back here just to grab one before. Let's take Dylan Sampson for that Cleveland-Pittsburgh correlation. So I think really what we're looking at is there's not too many pure time boxes out. I would say the DK $3 could be a time box, but it could end up being like a little board where there's just not enough people to fill it because they quite literally need, I think, 20,000 people to max it to fill it because they made it 20 matches. I think was kind of silly. And then the puppy is kind of a time box, but that's usually open for at least a month. So I think there's edge in not firing all your bullets there, but waiting until you get the NFL schedule release to fire off truly most of your bullets there. So with that, the stream's been going on for about an hour and 45. I'm going to end this here while I land these planes because I don't think there's a lot else I can give you guys, but be on the lookout for more of the Best Ball Playbook. I'm going to release it. I'm going to try to give you guys the answers from my perspective. And like I said, if you want to come on stream and watch me, chat with me, that's great. I'm happy to chop it up. But if you just want the actionable takes, I'm going to give those to you in bite-sized chunks on my Twitter at Rickadoozle and in short videos. I have to say like 10 to 15 minutes or less because the first one I thought was going to be 5, but I just had a ton to say. So look out for that, and I will see you guys when I see you.